Hey, today I'm going to be making a cabinet for my garage. This is one of the pieces of the particle board that I'm going to be using. And as you know, particle board is what everybody uses to make cabinets out of. And I'll be using my Craftsman saw here to cut the pieces. I'll need 8 pieces. Just to make the basic box frame for it. The 2 sides, the top, the bottom, and the middle shelf. And I'm going to cut those pieces all out first. Then once I cut them all out, then I'll proceed to assemble and put them all together. Okay, I've already cut all the pieces that I'm going to be using to put this cabinet together. As you can see, here are the sides right here. The sides, top, bottom, middle shelf. These are the back supports that are going to be attached to the shelves themselves. And this will be the back supports once I put it up on the wall. So basically this cabinet is 36 wide by 27 3/4 long. So next step is I'm going to proceed to put the back supports and attach them to the shelves themselves. And then once those are nice and secure, because I'm going to glue them down, then also screw them down. Since it's going to be on the inside, I'm going to use screws. Of course, when I attach the side to the back, I'll be using finishing nails. Then of course I'm going to leave it particle board, but because I'm planning on painting it all white anyway. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and proceed and attach the supports, back supports to the shelves. And then once we do that, then we'll go to the next step of assembling the whole thing all together. Okay, that's one down. Just wait that to dry up real good. And then, like I said, once it dries up, I'm gonna put some screws on the bottom to give it some extra support. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other two the same, and we'll come back. I'm gonna be using these 2x4s. I'm gonna be cutting this down to one inch by 2 inches, and that is gonna be the face of the cabinet. Once I finish the cabinet, it's gonna be the face of it. You can go and buy 1 by 2 inch if you want. They run anywhere between $2 to $3. But since I have a 2x4 laying around, I think I'll just make my own, and I'll use that for the face of the cabinet once I have it all assembled. Okay. I'll be using this piece later on to put in front of the shelf, this part right here, so the particle board doesn't show and it'll look like it's a nice solid piece of wood. I'm going to go ahead and proceed and cut these down to, like I said, 2 by 4 inches, and that's what I'm going to be using for the face of the cabinet once I'm all done. Okay, I've already started to assemble the cabinet. I am doing the one side first. I got the bottom and the top, and then once that dries up real good with the glue that I put in it, then I'm gonna do the other side, and I'll put the middle shelf in last. You're probably wondering what these straps are. Is that I don't have any clamps that are long enough to be able to clamp this from end to end. So I improvise, and I have these ratchet straps that I use in my pickup truck when I'm taking to loads and stuff, and I use those instead and use them as clamps. You know, just improvise there. And it seems to be working pretty good. It's holding it down pretty tight. I already nailed it down, put the nails, finishing nails on the side. Over here on the bottom, you notice that it's not flush. The reason is this is about a 1/2 inch difference compared to the top where it is flush, which that's going to go up against the ceiling, up against the ceiling, so that needs to be flush. And the reason this is not quite flush because, if you remember, I'm going to be putting a face on it. I'm going to be putting a face on it. That's the face on it once I get it all assembled. And of course, if I put it in flush, if I put the shelf flush down here, and then once I put the face on it, it's going to be about 2 inches overlapping over here, and that's just too much. So you make the difference up, so when you put this back in on flush, you see it'll be flush with the bottom. There won't be any gap on it. See, it'll be flush. The shelf will be flush over here. And if you have put it at the end, once you put this thing, then you would have this overlap over it. So that's why you need to put that 1.5 inch gap at the bottom. So the shelf, so the bottom shelf itself will be flush with the face once you put the face on it. Okay? So I'll just wait that to dry, and then I'll assemble the other side. More than likely when I come back, it'll be all put together, and then the only thing I'll be working on will be on the face itself. I'll cut this down into 2 inches, 2 inches wide. Double check. Do have my markings here, but I just want to confirm. Yep, 2 inches. Two inches. Now I'm going to cut this down to 1 inch. Inch. Raise this up a little bit. Inch. Okay, I'm going to cut some more pieces like this, and then as you can see, I already got one piece cut off. This is going to be the face That's gonna be the face of the cabinet. I'm gonna have one here, one in the middle, one in the end, one on the top, and then of course one on the bottom. I'm gonna go ahead and proceed to cut the rest of those. That's when once I have them all cut out, then I'll go ahead and put them on the face of the cabinet. Okay, I have the face already all cut out. Just laid them down there in place so you can see more or less what it was going to be looking like. That is the face. And of course here, then I'm going to make the doors here. I'm going to be using the same technique for the doors. Use these 1x2s to put around the doors. Next thing I'm going to go ahead and glue it. Put some finishing nails on it. Wait till it dries out real good. Then I'll proceed to make the doors. Okay, I've already cut out and already put together the frames that's going to go for the cabinet doors. all glued down. Wait until that dries up real good, and then I'll put the face on it to complete the door. And once I had that all together, and of course I'm going to be routing these edges in the inside and in the outside as well. You know, it's not going to be a square box like that. But there's the cabinet over there. And these will be the doors that will be going up on it once they're done. There you go. That's one door down. I'm just gonna put the back end on this, and this is gonna be my door for my cabinet. Before and after. There you go. Both of them done. Now I'm gonna go ahead and get out the backing to complete the door. Okay, I've already cut the section that I'm going to put behind the door. It's going to go like that, and that's going to complete the door for my cabinet. I'm going to go ahead and glue all the edges out, put some glue in there, and line it up. Then I'll be using these clamps here to hold it down until it dries up. And that's basically going to be the door to my cabinet. It's just down there. So let me go ahead and proceed. Glue that, and clap it down. Hit. Go ahead and spread the glue out. Do that all the way around, and then clamp it down. All right, there it is, all clamped down. I'm gonna have to do one door at a time because I don't have enough clamps to do both doors at the same time. And I just wanted to make sure that I didn't have any gaps in between the frame and the backing board that I put back there. So it all glues down nice and even. Once that's dry, I'll clamp it, and then I'll do this next one and do the same thing with the second door. Here it is. One door. Door number 2. Door number 2. Okay, doors are on. It's almost complete. The only thing I got left is I am going to paint it white. And once I paint it white, I'll put it up on the wall in my garage. And it's all done. There's the cabinet already completed, painted, and mounted on my wall. This is my garage that I just recently finished, also painting and did some work. These are some other cabinets that I made before and put up. And this is the last final touch that I made. Already painted and up and mounted. I hope this video will help you, and I am out.